Disappointed in how we played tonight. Certainly, I don't know how good we can be, but it's certainly better than this. Tip my hat to Toledo, all their players. They competed really hard. Obviously, I know they wanted this game really badly, and they have a great program. And it's been the last couple of years we've sort of won the majority of these games. So I know these guys really wanted this one, and it showed with how they played. And they deserve to win. So give them a lot of credit for that, and obviously disappointed in the result.
Bob, what was the most troubling aspect?
Oh, man, that's a great question. To me, the most troubling aspect is defensively, we just don't compete right now. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. So, we start the game. We had a lead, I think, early in the game, and then as things get tough, you got to get tougher, and we got to get 3 straight stops. We got to, the program's been built on a defensive toughness identity, and that's sorely lacking right now. And it's unfortunate because the guys that I have are the guys that I have, and some of these guys played a lot last year, and some of them are just starting to play. And my expectation would be that we would be more competitive than we are, but we're not. So we've got to get better because there's 15 more league games left.
And the start of the second half, I mean, the kind of highlight.
Yeah.
It's really been troubling because they got 2 quick baskets
right away.
Take a timeout.
Yeah. So we're down at halftime. By 14, gave up 43 points at home in the first half, which, again, I've been here a long time now. There's been more 40-point halves scored, here this year than I can remember. And gave up 43 at halftime. It was our ball to start, and knowing that we need to we got to get 3 straight stops. We practiced the other day, got to get 3 straight stops, and it took us 40 minutes to do it. So we got to get 3 straight stops. We didn't get them. They shot 58% for the game, 60% in the second half, and we just got to do better. So we'll get back to practice. We'll be off tomorrow. Guys need a day off. I need a day off. We'll get back tomorrow, and on Thursday, and we got to get back to work because, just like these guys, they really want this game. We beat them in the conference championship last year. Eastern Michigan hadn't beaten us in, 6 years, 7 years, whatever it might be. You go on and on. Like, teams want to beat us, and we've seen that from the start of the season, from our scrimmage against St. Bonaventure, because last year we scrimmaged them and we wiped the floor with them. Well, this year they scrimmaged us and they wiped the floor with us, and they were talking about it because that's what when you play here, that's what happens. And we need to respond better. That's the bottom line. We need to respond better. And listen, that falls. I'm the coach, and the staff. We have to do a better job of getting through to our guys, because right now we're not, and our guys got to do a better job of competing and taking the coaching and holding the rope a little bit longer.
Coach, you had 6 guys in double-digit points for Toledo, and a huge part in that was you sent them to the line and gave them 31 shots at the stripe tonight.
Well, yeah, that's obviously way too much. Huge difference in the game for sure. They are not a team that around the rim fouls you. We knew that. They never have been. We missed a ton of bunnies at the rim that you need to finish, but the fouls, like it was, some of it was we're pressing to try to get back in the game. So you could put some of that on that, and some of that was they're in the bonus in the first half, and we foul on a dribble entry. This is the first half of the game. These are fouls that, again, I'm sure the guys think, oh, I'm playing hard. Well, when you're playing hard, you're not fouling. When you're playing hard, you're in position to not foul. You're blowing up ball screens. You're not late on the ball screen and fouling. And, 31 free throws, and they obviously shot the ball well from the free throw line, but we're not going to win many games if we send our opponents to the line 31 times. And again, some of that was at the very end of the game. I get that. But in the first half, they went 10 times, and there was a number of them in the second half. There was a big one when the game got cut to 10. On an offensive rebound, we fouled Simmons. They missed the shot, and if we come up with the rebound or don't foul him trying to get the rebound, you never know. Maybe we cut it to 7. The game's different. I don't know, but that's a big part of it. Got to play hard without fouling.
Rob, what was your message to the guys afterward?
Look, some of that stays there, and some of that's, this is not the first time that I've been the coach here. This is my 13th year. It's not the first time we've started 1-2. It's not the first time we've had a disappointing home loss. But it's how do we respond to this, and that's what, I'm looking forward to seeing. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing how we are in practice on Thursday. Like, are we feeling bad for ourselves? Are we thinking that it's somebody else's fault, or somebody's going to come and there's nobody coming in to play? Like, these are the guys that are playing. So are we going to get better, or are we not going to get better? And I'm looking forward to seeing that. And my expectation is that we get better, but again, you don't know what each group how they respond. Each group responds differently, and we've had a championship program for a long time. We've won a lot of games here for a long time. Being 1-2, this is not the first time that's happened. So that is 1,000%. We're going to see what this team is made of with how they respond.
Coach, just to highlight a little bit of a bright spot tonight, Jaylen Soares dropped a game-high 21 points for your team, and he shot 3 for 7 from deep and 7 for 12 from the field.
Yeah, and I say this, he did. He shot the ball really well. He scored the ball really well. It's never been a problem for him. He was on the floor for 32 minutes, and we have the largest plus-minus with him on the court. Well, if you're going to be the guy that scores the points, you have to help us win the game. And he had the largest minus. He's a really, really good player, and he's one of the guys that, when you're looking for leadership, he was the 6th man of the year in the league last year. He's been here for 3 years. He's played a lot of minutes. I'm hopeful that he's one of the people in the locker room that's not allowing this team to go downward. And we know what? We'll see. We'll see where he is on Thursday and where a lot of these guys are on Thursday, Friday, and moving forward. So that's certainly a challenge for him.
Obviously, we talked before the season. You had big expectations for Chris Peyton.
Yeah.
How would you assess his season so far?
He's doing a lot of really good things. I thought tonight, he when you look at the stat line, it wasn't bad. Again, just like Jalen's stat line wasn't bad, but Jaylen Simmons, who's a good freshman, he had 15 points and was 6 for 7 from the field against him. That's his matchup. Chris had 4 turnovers, 2 of them to start the second half, where we're down, and both of them are no-look turnovers. Like, he caught it in the post, he tried to drop one off to Vaughn, no look. He caught it on a roll, and he tried to kick it to Vaughn, no look. Like, he's having a very good year, but I think he would tell you, like, we want to win, and we're 8-7 and 1-2. So for his year to be validated, like, we got to win some games for his year to be validated.
Obviously, it didn't look good when Moss went down. Did you have
I don't know.
any kind of update?
I have no idea. I don't. I really don't. I have no idea. He walked up into the locker room like everybody else. I'm sure he'll see the doctor, if he hasn't already. And whatever that is, I'm hoping it's short term, but I don't know. I have no clue.
Any more questions? Thank you, Coach.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you being here.